Hey folks, Good Guy Glenn here. Welcome back to Spooky Jeep. Today we're going to continue the ongoing saga with my 96 Grand Cherokee ZJ. So if you've been watching, been having some issues. We changed the fuel pump, which is not the original fuel pump. There was some cheap fuel pump in there. I replaced it with an OEM fuel pump. But now we're having a problem with, we're losing volts. It stalls. Now, initially when it stalled, there's a wiring issue with the fuel pump. One of the wires had been chafed. The whole entire pigtail needs to be replaced. That's another video all in its own. That's been secured. So now it's losing volts. When I run the multimeter on the battery and the alternator, it's charging. It's running at about 13.2 to 13.4, which is right where it's supposed to be. But occasionally I'm losing volts. Now, I think this could be related to the AC compressor starting to go and the pulley's locking up. And when a pulley locks up, the belt skips the pulley, and right beneath it is the alternator pulley. So I think when that belt skips, it's creating a lull in charging, because then if I goose the gas, it comes right back on. However, in investigating this, I found something else. If we look over at this battery terminal right here for the negative, that's not looking too good. So today what we're going to do is we're going to replace that. This is going to be what we replace it with. Duralast gold. Now I know what you're saying. You're saying, Glenn, don't you always talk like mad trash about Duralast and AutoZone parts? Yeah, I do. Hey, but listen, it's parts like this. They're okay. The parts we don't like to use is any kind of landscapers, always landscapers. Are you fucking serious? We don't like to use sensors. I certainly don't like to use alternators from AutoZone. I don't like to use a lot of parts from AutoZone. I've had to replace alternators within weeks of each other. Any kind of fuses or things like that that come from Duralast or Dorman or any of those, they don't generally tend to last. They're, in my opinion, they're not good parts. Whatever. You might have a different view on it, but that's just my opinion. But for this thing is simple enough. We're going to put it on there and we're going to see if that helps us at all with losing volts. I think this isn't the real issue here, but this needs to be done anyway, so let's do it. Good. I didn't even loosen this at all and it came off, and that could be very telling as to what's going on here, but we're replacing it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. These are in much better shape than I thought they were. We're just going to twist these braids a little bit and get them in where they need to be. What we're going to do is try to turn these best we can. fit in here. This one goes in. Same shit. Booyah. Now we just gotta tighten that one down. And voila, it's done. It wasn't too hard. Now the test is to see if this thing has any more issues. All right, everything's pretty buttoned up under here. I'd be really stoked if this is it. If this is all it needs to run right. I don't think so. I think it's I think we're having an issue with the alternator, but we're gonna see. And the answer is no. As we can see, we're still getting, the volts are low, but when I goose it, it goes back up. So it wasn't as simple as that ground. I didn't think it was going to be, but that needed to be done, so I figured I would just show that. I don't think the alternator needs to be replaced in this truck. I tested the alternator and it seems to be running. I think, like I said, the AC compressor is starting to go and that pulley is locking up. It was causing a squeal all summer. Now that it's going into fall, we're not using the AC really anymore. But yeah, it's stumbling. It's dropping volts, but catch itself, especially when I goose the gas. I don't think the belt is always catching, but such is life. We know what it is. That other piece needed to be replaced anyway, so now it's replaced. Everything is good, and we're going to, somewhere down the road, do another video on fixing this problem with the alternator. I don't know if it's a matter of deleting the AC, which I really don't want to do. It gets hot here in Jersey and humid, and this is my daily. See, she's stumbling. Could also be the wiring down back we're having a problem with. That wiring needs to be replaced. That whole pigtail is janky. When you wiggle the pigtail to the fuel pump, it cuts out power to the fuel pump. So it is quite possible that that's what it is. We're gonna see. I'll keep you all posted on it. We're gonna do another video. If you have similar problems with your ZJ or any Jeep, We love to hear your comments below. A lot of these videos are made with feedback from y'all. So if you have any feedback, getting attacked by spiders in your freaking truck, if you like this video, as always, don't forget to smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so when I drop another video you get a notification. Once again, this is Good Guy Glenn with the Spooky Jeep. Thanks for watching.